You're going to balk at the price like I did.
Get all this stuff out of the way so it doesn't trigger my camera when it's windy out. Hey, I want to thank Grupo for sending us this product and sponsoring this video. Man, check this thing out. You want to talk about sharp? This thing is sharp. Great little trimming shears. I want to thank these guys for sending them to us. We really appreciate it. Helps Pork Police keep going.
You're a competition predator guy, you'll probably win the first tournament that you go to with this thing. If you've got animals in your area, you'll probably win the first tournament. We're going to talk about this new ultrasonic game call called the FREQ. F-R-E-Q, the FREQ. It's unbelievable. All right, we just took it out for the third time tonight, so let me step back and tell you. The first time we took it out, really bad weather conditions, super windy, storm coming in, just crap wind. Where we've tried other calls, I'm not going to name their names, but we've tried other calls in these situations and had zero luck. We took it out, thought, well, pigs aren't moving, let's try for some coyotes. So we put out some calls for some coyotes, and it was unbelievable. Right away, we had coyotes just coming at us like left and right. And the strange thing is these coyotes came in our wind, downwind. And I don't know if it's like these ultrasonic waves. This call is a sound and ultrasonic call. It puts out these ultrasonic waves. And I don't know if these coyotes, because these ultrasonic waves, if it just like made them stupid or what. But they came in and they sat there at 60 yards downwind of us. I mean, we're right in the wind. And we're just like, oh my God, you know. So we shot a bunch of yotes, and then right after that, we had another coyote coming in at a dead run, like coming in hot at 500-600 yards away behind us. As the wind is going that way, this thing came in behind us. So first time we took it out, we just had unbelievable success. I was just like, holy man, this thing is worth every dime. It's an expensive call. I called my buddy who does a bunch of predator tournaments, and I said, man, have you ever heard of this call? And he said, well, I've actually heard of it. A couple of guys have told me about it, but for the money that they spent on it, you know, and they're all going to say, oh yeah, it's great, it's great. But when I was telling him about it, he's like, well, I know you're going to give me an honest review on it. I said, well, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee on this thing, and I mean, it's the price of a mid-range thermal. I mean, it's an expensive call. But they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you just got to keep it in its original state, the original box, keep it clean, all that stuff. And so I've been treating this thing with kid gloves, just in case I was going to have to send it back. But man, it's ridiculous. The second time I took it out, storming, rain coming in, really super windy. Didn't really have any luck at all. But I didn't try it for very long because you couldn't really even see out of your thermal. Tonight we took it out, and I went over to a field. The dew points, we got a nasty storm coming in. The humidity's up, the dew point. I mean, it's just crazy, crazy bad weather. I know 100% with my other two calls, I wouldn't have seen anything. I fired this thing up, and within about 4 to 5 minutes, 3 minutes, probably 3 minutes, I saw 600-700 yards, maybe 800 yards away. I saw a couple things moving around, but my thermal was so bad I really couldn't even see what they were for 100%. And then next thing you knew it, man, we had a huge group of hogs come out in the field. And I'm like, holy crap. Downwind, I mean, right in our wind, they came out, and it's super windy, so they were hesitant. But they came out, then they stopped. They kind of meandered around a little bit, then they took off again, and then they moved downhill. Okay? And then a minute later, here came four. 4 hogs came out. Downwind, came out into the field, stopped, and I know they're in my wind. Stopped, and they're standing there, and I'm just like, wow, and I wasn't intending on shooting anything. I was just trying the different sounds out on this call. So I switched to a different call, different sound. They went back in the trees. Here came a solo. I'm like, man, what the hell? Stopped the call for a minute or two. They ran back in the trees. I fired up the call again, and then all of a sudden, here came another group from a different area. The ones that went off down the hill, they were over here. Here comes another group of hogs came out. And I know this property has a buttload of pigs on it, but it's several hundred acres, so I didn't know where they were going to be at. Here came another group of pigs, and I'm just like, oh my God, and I got some footage on my thermal with them. It was really hard to see because the dew point and stuff was really bad. And then I glass over. Downwind of us, here's 2 coyotes, one over here and one over here, and I'm like, So that one coyote hung up at about 200 yards, and he just sat there. He's just sitting there. I'm looking at just sitting there. Then he started working his way around us, and he started working around. So I turned the call back off, and then turned the call back on again. And these are all pig sounds. Turned the call back on again, and had a huge group start coming out. And they came out into the field, and we have a feeder on an adjacent property, probably 3/4 of a mile away from these hogs. And for some reason, they haven't been hitting that feeder, probably because they're out in the planted field. But they haven't been hitting that feeder for, man, probably 2-3 weeks now. Just a couple of solos here and there, but not the big group. And I stirred up all these pigs with this call and got them all out running around the field. You know, they got in my wind, and they were still out there running around in the field downwind of me. And I'm like, all right, yeah, well, it was a success, so let's head out of here. So we start heading home, and then sure enough, on my camera, on that feeder, there they are. You know, it's just wild. I mean, it's just absolutely insane that they're all on the feeder tonight. That big group, we just had solos. That big group hasn't been in there in, I don't know, like 3 weeks or 2-3 weeks. So it's pretty crazy. This call right here, guys, it has 120 different sounds on it. So whatever you want to call, it's got it. And you know, like I said, when it's got the ultrasonic on it, when you fire up the remote, so it'll tell you when you scroll down, like say let's go to Bobcat, and you hit select. If it has that little speaker insignia next to it right there on the side, that means that it's ultrasonic. Some of these are just sound calls, but if you got that little speaker right there on the side, it tells you that it's ultrasonic. And so you've got sound and that ultrasonic wave, and it is ridiculous, the distance. On their website, they've got a little range of what people can hear and animals can hear, and how far these ultrasonic waves go. And like a normal call, you know, what people can hear goes out distance of this. This thing goes like, it's ridiculous how far it goes out. I mean, it's like 5-6 times further than a human could hear. It just sends out ultrasonic waves that only the animals can hear. And I'm 100% sold. I mean, right now, I'm 100% sold on this thing. I think it's just unbelievable. I've used, like I said, a couple of different calls hundreds of times. And the one call that I use a lot, we have about, if I can see pigs and I want to bring them to me, I got about a 50-50 chance of them coming. If I don't see pigs and I put out the call, I got maybe a 10% chance of pulling something. Tonight, I mean, this right here, we pulled in 3 groups, a solo, and a group of 4. And the 3 groups were big. They were huge. I know that there's 400 or 500 pigs on that property, and we had 100 of them at different times out in front of us. So it's pretty ridiculous. I would just say, like right now, this thing, I give it 5 stars. I mean, it's just crazy how good it is. It comes with like almost like RC car batteries, you know, and a charger, but it comes with two big batteries, and then it's also got a slot in the back. They thought of everything. It's got a slot in the back that you can put 6 AA or 6 D batteries, so that way if your battery runs out, it'll run off those Ds and get you through the night. But like right here, so it comes with this little go bag here, this little bag. I've got extra remote batteries in the back. And then in this front pocket, so it comes with 2 of these batteries, and I don't know how long they last, but I'm still on the first battery, and the battery compartment's right here. So you put your FREQ battery up in the top, and then your 6Ds can go down here in the bottom just as a backup. But man, this thing here, like I said, guys, I've used a lot of different calls, and the calls that I've used them a ton. And you know, I would say right now, if you are you're going to balk at the price like I did, okay? But if you're a competition predator guy, you'll probably win the first tournament that you go to with this thing. If you've got animals in your area, you'll probably win the first tournament, and you'll pay for this thing. I mean, some of these coyote tournaments, you know, the Bobcat tournaments, they're putting out big money. You'll you'll pay for this thing in that first tournament. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'd like to say, thank you to the FREQ. I talked to them several times. They hooked me up with a little bit of a deal on it, so that way, I could get out and get this thing, out in the field and try it out. We've got a huge social media following, and I explained that to them. And if they didn't believe in their product, they wouldn't have did what they did for me. But we took it out 3 times, 2 out of 3 times. It was just unbelievable. So I'd like to tell you guys, you need to get one of these. It's right now I'm 100% sold. I'd like to thank you guys, for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. I also want to thank our partners, Dark 30 Defiance, which is the 360 640 unit overhead camera system right here, and LWRC and Bearing Optics, man. Absolute great thermals. So I'd like to say thanks to those guys for supporting us. Without them, we couldn't do what we do. It's ridiculous. This is Buster. He's the star of the show. He thinks every time somebody comes around or comes over, they're here just to see him. We got the whole clan here. Where's your kitty? Hey, fat man, are you supposed to be on my desk?